Hello, beautiful Capricorn people. Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. That is me. If you are watching this video, that means you resonate with the sign Capricorn in some way. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. However that fits for you, cross watchers are welcome. We are here to do your monthly tarot readings for career and finances. So this is going to be roughly middle of February into mid-March. I'm actually recording this on Valentine's Day, so hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day out there. Yeah, career, money, finances, for all those Cappies out there looking for some advice, guidance, confirmations, motivation, inspiration, you've come to the right place. All right, so as always, guys, here on YouTube, what I am spinning out for you is general messages. Oh, damn, Capricorn, man holding a coin. I like that in all aspects of it. Love, career, all that good stuff. All right, sorry. Anyway, getting back to my original thought, everything here on YouTube is going to be general messages. That means not everything I say will resonate with all the Capricorns out there. It is up to you guys to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Ultimately, I ask you to only take away the messages that resonate with you in some capacity, that serve you, inspire you, motivate you, as I said. Everything else is just extra. If it's not resonating with you, drop it like it's hot. That means it's a message for someone else. It's probably someone else's energy I'm connecting with. You don't need to concern yourself with those messages that feel strange or foreign, though I do encourage you to give these messages time to resonate. Don't put pressure on yourself to make everything make sense right here this very minute. In a few hours, days, weeks, something may click for you, in which case, take it and run with it. That means it was your message. All right, one last deck to shuffle and we're going to hop in. For Capricorns, information regarding, I almost said love, but money, finances, jobs, internships, retirements, money coming in. All right, one more card for Capricorn. Career, money, finances, Capricorn. Career, money, finances, Capricorn. Bottom of your deck here is King of Pentacles. I like that quite a bit. And the Magician, that's pretty cool. So your energy, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth energy, the king of money, the king of the home, the king of the body, the king of stability, loyalty, the king of, what is the word? Not logic, practicality. But then you're also faced with an indecision at some sort of crossroads. For a lot of you, it has to do with literal travel. Yeah, absolutely. Traveling to go to some other place that would make you happier. But then I think you're wondering, there's still some mystery there. You're not absolutely certain. It's funny, you think it's going to make you you think it's going to make you happier, but really there's no guarantee of it, and so you're wishy-washy. That's sort of what I'm getting. There's a desire to go to a new place, or potentially you have two new options. And even if it's not physical travel, it could be traveling up within a company, if that makes sense, ascending higher. There's a part of you that's really excited, and you can absolutely see yourself taking off in this new role or this position, or, again, potentially moving in this new city, in this new, or business arena, whatever. But there's something about the uncertainty of I think what it is, if you'll be happy there long term. I'm so sorry, guys, my camera froze. I don't have great technology here, bear with me. Anyway, there's something about not wanting to feel like you made a snap decision or a rush decision in haste, and feeling like you ended up like shooting yourself in the foot, like you were actually happier before. Yes, it's sort of like that metaphor of the grass is not always greener on the other side. And here's the thing with that. I'm actually not sensing that it isn't, but there's a lot of you like kind of weighing the scales. Maybe Libra is a sign that means something to you in this moment. But the idea of being fearful that you're going to rush in and make a mistake, Capricorn, you don't rush into anything, right? Again, you're very, very precise. There's like a lot of logic and thought that's going into this. And practicality. You wouldn't leave something behind unless it was done correctly, if it was closed out, like if the cycle, or however you want to say it, is closed out in completion. You don't want a lot of baggage of, especially mental baggage is what's coming through here, of this indecision literally indecision. You have two cards of saying that. This way or that way, back and forth, like he's headed forward, but he's still looking in the past. So he hasn't been able to sever ties from the thoughts or from the actions, from the contracts, the documents that are still existing in the past. Some of you do want to escape some sort of contract, but you know, it's like the higher vibration side to you is like, oh, it's not the right thing. I shouldn't do it. Like, do it the right way, not the wrong way. But yeah, I think you are searching for more joy in your life. And yeah, I think you're ready to kind of get the hell out of there for some of you. Yeah, the card of Cancer, travel. Yeah, actually, what lies up ahead looks really good. This indecision, some days it's like you feel like it's just the hopeless romantic in you, almost being sort of dreamlike, and oh, it could be so much better. But then the other side of you gets no, like it's very practical to stay here. The money's good. I have a solid foundation. I've been at the company for X amount of years. But there's something that keeps kind of calling at you to mix it up and to move forward on something. It may have to do with a Sagittarius, especially if it does have to do with love. It doesn't have to. It can also have to do with just your passion, something that you feel more inspired by, something that it piques your curiosity more, and it's going to make you feel better by going after this job. Yeah, so it's almost like when you start tapping into what it is that your heart wants, you're able to create something or bring about something in your career or your life, particularly money, where the cup starts flowing back and forth better. There's forward movement. There's victory with the Chariot, a card of Cancer. And then the World, completions of major cycles, balance and harmony restored, and happiness with the Sun, card of Leo. So yeah, I mean, and then King of Swords, this is kind of like my executive decision card, even if it's like I hate to say cold-hearted, but again, very emotionally detached. I'm doing this because I know it's the right thing. It's almost like you're caught between a rock and a hard place of doing what is the most logical versus what your heart is calling you to do. I hope that makes sense for some of you. All right, so let's see here. Your energy is coming off as man holding the coin. So even my ladies out there, this could have to do with feeling like somebody is controlling the influx of your money, like you don't have control over your own finances. Or it could be that you're at a place where you are feeling very stable, but now you're kind of like, well, what else? Especially if you have accomplished something really major in the last few weeks, in the last few months, if you got a new job, if you got a new title. This is kind of like, yeah, all right, I did it, but now what? It's actually very classic Capricorn energy of that goat just wanting to keep higher and like ascending up the mountain, wanting that view from the top. And then once you get there, it's nice, you're enjoying it, but you're kind of like, okay, what next? It's very much like a tremendous amount of work ethic, Capricorn, which is, yeah, one of your strong suits. But with that, though, this is also saying, are you taking time to appreciate it, to just kind of like sit and bask in the glory of what you have accomplished, right? Yeah, it's like your brain is already starting to think of the next thing. And again, it has to do with making your way towards the Sun, making your way towards a Leo, or some of you interested in a Leo romantically, or something about a career that would require more like strength and courage. I don't really know what that's about. But anyway, all right. So yeah, even though it feels like you guys are sitting on a decent salary or a decent job, the wheels are turning to accomplish something else. Because, yeah, I think you're just sick of, I don't know what this is. Well, I do know, moodiness, but also complacency, boredom. So my question is, if this job is new or if this position is new, the money seems to be good, but did you get into it and already you feel like you're overqualified or it's not challenging enough? Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. It's almost like you want to be a warrior. That the whole metaphor of needing strength and courage, this job kind of feels like you could do it in your sleep. Like you could literally fall asleep on the job, the way he's like in relaxation pose there, right? And the hangman's legs always make the 4. You have the 4 of cups. So yeah, fours in general in tarot are cards of safety zones. There's not a lot going on, and so there's nothing being taken away, but there's no opportunity to grow there. So maybe that's what this is. You guys have reached a point in your career where you've plateaued. There's not a lot of space to grow. And with cups, if it does talk about the influx of money being a currency, yeah, it's kind of like you're longing for that. This is a very interesting way of putting it. Like you're longing for like the nutrients of that water, and that water again being a metaphor for currency of money. It's like you need that to heal you. And it doesn't only have to do with the financial aspect, and there's nothing wrong with that, wanting more money, wanting a bigger salary. It also has to do with feeling like the work you're contributing It's okay, it's where your pride comes from. That's why this whole Leo metaphor is coming up. So courage, strength, yes, but pride, the feeling of the sense of accomplishment when you go home at the end of the day and feel like you kicked ass, right? You gave all your energy and all your effort. You're currently not in a position where you're doing that. It feels like you could slide out of the office or the studio or wherever you work for hours at a time and no one would notice. You could take a nap in your car and come back and get your work done in 20 minutes and be done for the day. Yeah, you seem bored. I think you're looking to achieve more. Even if you have had some sort of recognition or success at work, I think it probably felt good for a day, but yeah, it's like you're craving more challenge. It's actually really badass. So what is your challenge or focus? Going after the wish. Yeah, it's like deciding that what wins over the logic is the heart. That's sort of what it means. The Nine of Cups, the dreams coming true, the wish fulfillment card, deciding to go after it, and something about it, because you're going out in the snow in this card, right? It's earth energy. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen very slowly. It may even talk about seasonal change, getting out of the winter months. Maybe something will come into blossom in the spring. So if you are thinking about leaving a job, start putting out resumes now, because this does indicate to me your wishes are going to take time. So why not get those seeds planted now? The door to spirit. Yeah, turning more to your faith and your spirituality. That's going to be part of it for some of you. Yeah, you want to fly. I think you've gotten comfortable at a job, but the idea of shaking it up and doing something a little bit out of the ordinary or risky, it does kind of freak you out, because it goes against that mentality of having, like, a nice little collection in the bank. But I'm just getting you're not happy. So what's going to win, Capricorn? The price, or not the price tag, but the salary versus the salary of a job that is meh, whatever, versus going after something you truly love to do. You may have to break apart and start your own business, or do something independently. It may be something that you can't do on a team. You have to go out and sell yourself, sell your products. Part of this has to do with ego, but I'm not really sure why. Let me clarify that. Why is the Nine of... Oh, it has to do with leaving your safety zone, leaving your comfort zone. That's going to be hard for you, Capricorn, particularly if you've worked in the same place for a long time, if you have the same group of friends, yeah, it's almost like you like having a plan. You like having a rhythm. You like having a daily routine. You like knowing what to expect. But again, with that, there's boredom. It is a little bit contradictory, but yeah, this is saying there are doors available to you to go down, to open and seek out new adventures, but do you really want to? It's your wish, it's your dream, but it's like, when are you going to go from Knight of Cups, dreaming about it, fantasizing about it, romanticizing it, versus actually like showing up and doing it, like building upon it, This is, oh, geez, did you see how I just flew that card? Maybe that's a sign. Maybe you just got to go for it. Just fling it out and do it. This is your energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth energy. It's building. Yeah, it's going out and doing it. And it's not that you can't. And I don't even think that you're lazy. It's sort of like this lackluster feeling, or, yeah, it's like disappointment in what you got wasn't what you were hoping for. Because I got to be honest, this isn't for everybody, but money seems okay. You have 3 cards indicating money's pretty decent right now. Again, it comes down to what your heart really wants. It's going to involve leaving the comfort zone. You may have to move out of your home or out of your apartment or out of the typical workspace that you've had to work in. You may have to switch branches or offices or whatever you work in, right? You may have to leave someone behind that you love quite a bit, if it's like a romantic partner or a best friend. But I am almost getting you've heard the calling. You already know what the right decision is. Yeah, because if you're going to be the Empress, you have to fearlessly go and build the empire. The empire, or your dream career, your dream job, which is absolutely what this is saying. It involves moving forward when you've heard the calling, taking practical steps to go achieve it, to go build it. You have qualities about you that people really admire and respect. So if you were to sell yourself or put your product out there for people to view and admire and, buy rather, It's something like bees to honey. It's what you have is very delicious. What you have is very charming, charismatic, funny. Some of you may be stand-up comedians or even involved in acting. And there's huge potential for growth here. But yeah, it's stepping outside the comfort zone. Venus in Virgo, she's lush and she's abundant and she knows her value, but she's all within the safety of her own home. The safety of her little garden, her little cozy nest she's built. It's time to take that cozy nest and expand it. Oops. Snake. So I was sort of going to ask, why is door to spirit coming up? And we have the snake here. Because something isn't right on the home front. Are you having marital problems? Are you having trouble literally at your home, not your place of work, but is that what's keeping you in this city, in this complacency, in this environment? Yeah, there's something where you do feel trapped, like you're not able to leave. It may involve a Cancer or a Sagittarius. What is this snake card about? Actually, I'm going to ask a different deck. What is this snake card about? And something about the idea of wanting to sneak away, kind of slither away. There's a difficult conversation or obstacle that you don't want to deal with. It makes you fearful when you have to think about it. But ultimately, it's like Spirit is trying to empower you to step up and advocate for yourself. Because where you're at, there isn't a lot of joy left. It feels really empty. It feels like one day bleeds into the next. By empowering yourself to have that difficult conversation and sever ties with a person or a job or whoever, it's going to bring in, it'll be like a weight has been lifted. There will be reason to celebrate by severing off and going independent. For some of you, this may actually be like in terms of like your romantic partnership, if you're not happy in a marriage, right? I'm not predicting that everything's going to go downhill if you're completely happy now. It's, whatever you're bored with or complacent with or just kind of waiting for excitement to come in, this is saying you need to go and create the excitement in your life. You need to go pursue it elsewhere. Again, outside the safety zone, outside the comfort zone. There's an important message with this snake thing, and it's not quite coming to the surface of this reading yet. What is the snake card about? By getting away from the snake, a person that's keeping you trapped or someone you don't trust, someone who's kind of like sly and shady, it may be your boss. Maybe you don't trust your boss. You don't feel like you're I don't want to say you don't feel like you're safe there, but it has to do with, like you just don't trust them. You don't think they're a good supervisor. You don't think they make executive decisions well. You don't think they're the empress. It's like you view yourself as having the $1 million ideas. And this person is like either taking credit for your ideas or even like the idea they're just kind of a slacker, or they kind of latch on to whatever it is that you do. But it's like it's your solid ideas that are pushing the company ahead, that are pushing the team ahead. So like it's almost like when you go out to celebrate the accomplishments, even in this workplace, you're kind of like, yeah, but you don't really deserve it because that was my idea. Like that's my cup, and you're like latching onto it. Like kind of like not energy vampire, but like credit where credit's due. It's not necessarily all going to you. And flat out, Capricorn, I'm not saying there's anything good or bad about this, but you want the credit for what you've done. You don't like seeing that credit go to other people. Yeah, and it's like you're waiting to be recognized, even though it's weird. It's like some of you have already been recognized. Either something was passed by or there was some sort of awkward situation where you didn't get the recognition or attention that you really wanted. It may have been compromised in some capacity. Something about flying away. Maybe some of you are just taking a vacation, hopping on an airplane, going somewhere else to get away from your problems. And if that's the case, I would support that, because it's almost like when you're away from whatever your workplace is, away from this kind of like whatever energy, you may actually have some really ideas about where to head next in your career path that actually really inspire you, that really motivate you, that really excite you. Some of you want to move to Europe or try something in Europe, particularly photography. So the help available to you is the Two of Swords. Yeah, this isn't stepping up to that person who is taking credit for everything that you've done, for everything you've built. Once and for all, it's like you're on top. I love this card. It's the mermaid sitting on the sailor that she's essentially like taken down, right? Sleeping sirens of the sea. It's very kind of mystical and a little bit witchy. But it's almost like as beautiful and charismatic as she is, like the Empress, like Venus in Virgo, as beautiful and lovely and charming and abundant and whatever, like, don't fuck with this one, right? Like she'll cut out of her life who she needs. She will sacrifice the sailor. Do you understand what that means? Yeah, because ultimately it's her world that she's building. She's not building this world for you. She's not going to he or she, right? Going to her job every day to pay your bills or to do you any favors. There is something very egocentric about this, but I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. It's refocusing to remember, like, no, like you should be at the center of your world, right? What you're doing and going out to achieve and build upon every day, make sure it's for you. And so again, this isn't a bad message, Capricorn. It is saying if you're putting in all this work and doing all this stuff and you're not getting recognized, and if not even that, you're just not happy, then it's time to consider some changes. And it's something that you've been avoiding a long time, but I'm getting that it's inevitable. You are meant for something greater. With the World card, it's like restore the balance and harmony in your life. Zoom out. What is the larger picture? What is like the world map, right? Like, where do you plan to go? Something about a treasure map, and that's sort of in metaphor of like, yeah, something about like the buried treasure. It has to do with exploring new avenues, new places, new cities, and discovering just how happy they are going to make you. Wondering, thinking about it, it's like when you actually, chariot, travel, close out a cycle, happiness comes in and like executive power comes in. A greater understanding that you were meant for something bigger than just this. No shade, no judgment, but a lot of you have been settling. That's what this kind of seems like. You've been settling at a place where you're just not happy. You're just not thriving. The opportunity for growth, it seems like it's been capped off. And like you want the water, right? You want that money flow. You want that currency. You want that energy. You want to keep building and growing places towards things that will help you achieve your dreams and your goals. And I'm just sort of getting, this is like, it rests in your hands. You have the power. You have the capabilities to like kick ass in terms of whatever career you want. It's almost like all the doors are open to you. You just have to make the difficult decision of stepping through it. Because with that, it will involve some major change, right? Nothing will ever be the same. But it's almost like the way you view it with the Two of Swords, almost like using a positive vibration versus a negative vibration. If I leave, things will never be the same. There's so much mystery. There's so much unknown. Yes, it will never be the same, but what if it's so much better than you're actually anticipating? The World and the Chariot and the Sun and the Magician and the Knight of Cups, I can't even hold them all up. They're so good. If someone were to say, should I head towards this career if these are the cards coming up? Yeah, I would. You have 3 major arcana and, is that 3 or 4? You have 4 major arcana and the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups. This feels really good. Something about listening to your spirit guides, your angels. Some of you feel like when you dream at night, they are protecting you. They float above your head. It's like, it's nothing to be fearful of. It's very sweet. It's very nurturing. It's very protective energy. This is saying you are protected, but you also have magic to put out into the world. So why are you giving your magic to, like a tapped resource, people who don't deserve it, but again, they're bottom feeders. They suck off your energy. They take credit for your work and for your projects. Like, yeah, Capricorn, you're done with it. I think you're really done with it. Yeah, when you decide to become your own boss, a cornucopia of blessings, right? That's like in metaphor, the Thanksgiving dinner of the creme de la creme of the career, of the empire. There may be another counterpart out there with the Empress. It's called the Goddess in this deck, by the way, but this is the Empress card and the Emperor. There may be some sort of co-collaboration again, when you decide to leave this behind and go after what it is that you really want. It will involve you doing it independently, one, by yourself, but in that you may catch the eye of someone, and through like networking and talking and opening up yourself to new possibilities, you may actually meet someone, especially if you're looking for some sort of loan or a financer or someone to invest money in your business and your idea. Yeah, it's going to catch the eye of someone, an emperor, someone who's already, it could be someone who's already well established in that career field, and maybe you're a newbie, maybe they invite you in to be the intern, or maybe do you understand what I mean? It does involve going to a different workplace, saying goodbye to the old title or the old position, and I do keep wanting to say taking some sort of risk, but it's empowering yourself. There's either dread or fear or a sense of avoidance because it will involve leaving something behind. But that's sort of where I'm disconnected. It's emotionally void, and yet you don't want to leave something behind. It's taken you a long time to come to grips with the idea that it is time to go. When you go, though, I just flat out, I have to say it, the world, the emperor, and the cornucopia, there's more money out there to be made. You're not making what it is that you deserve for all your efforts. If you were to go out with an idea, right? If you have a solid idea, something I do want to say it's already in the works, particularly if it's your side career, your side hustle, something that you've been working on. It's almost like you've done the work and taken the necessary steps already to start going through that door, like the door of enlightenment on how to make it not just a side hustle, how to make it like the main feast, right? The main course. Some of you may need to stand up to your boss and tell them that you need some sort of freedom, and that may even, it may even involve, I just heard manipulating the hours. I don't know why it's saying like that, but changing your work schedule. Maybe if you're a mother or a father, you can no longer work the schedule they want, and it's kind of like you start laying down the law. You start sort of in an emperor way, sort of demanding some things, very like a rigid structure of, listen, I'm not going to do this anymore. Pay me what I deserve or I'm out. Or, it doesn't have to be that, but it's something along the lines of, I'm not going to work this day anymore. Like there's no business, or like working from home, something like that. Changing things up to match your needs, your desires, because it does seem like you are an extremely valuable asset to this team, but you haven't been being viewed that way. Knowing your worth and knowing your value. Okay, Capricorn. You have the World card 3 times. 3 times! That is insane. The World card is the highest card in the major arcana you can get. Closing out of cycles, restoring peace and balance and harmony. The 4 fixed zodiac signs are always shown on the World card. I don't know if that's significant to anyone, so that would be Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. Maybe Aquarius is a timestamp for you to start thinking about opening up your world. The symbolism of the globe, world travel, World Wide Web, launching a website, again, traveling across the country or, whatever. Travel in the world can sometimes be literal, movement, change. And also the idea of circles, going around and around but never getting anywhere. It's like you're trying to get out of that. You're trying to get out of that cycle, right? Where nothing is coming into you. There's no room for growth or change. This is saying expand your world, expand your universe. I know a Capricorn who works at Universal, right? The logo is the globe, right? That's significant for some of you out there. And then you have the Hangman again. Nothing in your world is going to change until you decide it is going to change. That is shown quite clearly here, right? Even the metaphor of like the man who turns to the bat, who turns to the vampire. You are a multifaceted being, Capricorn. This story that you've been telling yourself of this is my workplace and this is my role and this is my department and these are my coworkers. Yeah, for a period of time. But this is saying to me like we're at the end. Like it's time to change it up. It's time to hit reset. It's time to go explore new avenues of your world, or explore, I just got the song from Aladdin with the magic carpet, part of that world, whatever it is that you're dreaming of, right? Oh no, that's the Little Mermaid. And we have I was gonna say part of your world. Why is that making me think of Aladdin? She dreams of being a human, right? Up on the surface, on the land. Now I just want to sing that song. There is something very like Disney-like, and this does make me think of Aladdin. So there's something about Disney there. I don't know. Maybe that means something to someone. Actually, oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Refocusing. There's a different world you've been dreaming of. You're dreaming of creating something new, of contributing something important, of value to this world, where not only are you contributing a beautiful thing and like with the Empress serving over your kingdom, over your castle justly, fairly, right? Libra energy. But also with that very like hardworking, dedicated mentality that you have. It's Libra and Taurus energy, right? You're doing it for a good cause, but it's also like, you respect the emperor and the empress, right? It's not someone who's constantly cast aside and told they're not good enough or that they're never going to add up to anything. There's different levels of how severe this is, but yeah, maybe you have a boss that like flat out is an asshole and you're being asked to like empower yourself. Sit on that sucker, right? Like, look, he's been shown the error of his ways by this like beautiful siren, right? You can do it in a classy way, and this is almost saying to me, they don't see it coming because you've been silent for so long. When this like beautiful, like serene mermaid comes up and sits on a bitch, right? They're going to be like, whoa, okay, I guess Capricorn was serious about that. The world, three worlds combining. Do you have three different skills, three different tasks, or three different abilities that you're trying to combine into one and make that your main career, your main feast, your main job? And how long are you going to sit and wait on it? Are you ready to leave everything behind? Your world is going to change, absolutely, but it might just be for the better. So you need to stop viewing it as, in terms of like the worrying, what will happen if I leave? It's like all the damage that could be done, all the wounds that I could, that like could come about. You're a warrior. You'll fight through it. You will figure it out, Capricorn. You are extremely intelligent. King of Swords coming up. Things don't always go the way we plan, but that doesn't mean that it's all going to end in tragedy, that it's all going to end in chaos. If you want it bad enough, like flat out, if anybody can do it, Capricorn, you can. You know this, don't you? Like, these cards are really, really significant and empowering. All right. I feel like I'm rambling. Final advice or guidance for my Capricorns. The Two of Swords. Yeah, again, this is the same card. Did you have that 3 times as well? I feel like you had the Two of Swords. Oh no, you had indecision, which is basically the Two of Swords in this deck. So yeah, do I or don't I? I want to move forward, but there's something in the past, or at least where I'm currently at, I'm not quite certain if I'm ready to leave behind, right? So those Two of Swords he's not sure about. Is it 2 people? Is it 2 air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Two of Swords, again, is here in this depiction, it's very much a card of being guarded, not ready to speak your truth, an avoidance, not wanting to see the truth. She's blindfolded. Here, it's actually a much more like higher vibrational, well, depending on how you look at it, higher vibrational card in that she is sitting on top. She did speak her piece. She's no longer like drowning or floundering in the bottom of the ocean. Like, she's up above land now, right? Like, a world of possibility has been opened to her. Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. I think you guys should go listen to that song. Legitimately, there's probably some little cute message in there for you that may actually change your mind about something or enlighten you to something. I get messages through music all the time. Listen to Part of Your World. Let's see, financial constraints. Yeah, that's what I mean. You've tapped the well here. Money maybe isn't bad, but it's not growing in the way you desire anymore. So it's like coming to terms with that. It's stagnant. It's frozen. Even if it's not bad, it's like you've hit the peak at what salary they're going to offer you. And I want more, right? I just want to start singing that. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. All right, I'm going to stop singing. But yeah, you do want more. Do you not, Capricorn? I can't believe I just sang. I'm low-key having a heart attack that I just did that. But anyway. All right, then Page of Pentacles. Yeah, take that idea, that really solid idea that you guys have already been working on, at least on the sidelines, or maybe it's something you can take away from this role or this business and apply it into your new job. Maybe it's just a skill. Maybe it's some sort of hobby or trade that you've been perfecting and fine-tuning. It's like you're at a point where you can go independent now. You can take that skill and apply it into new avenues of your life. A different world, a different town, a different job. Open up your world. Open up your eyes to possibilities. Don't live in this lack mentality, this blindfold, right, where you can't see left from right. It's sitting right there in front of you, that door to enlightenment, that door to new opportunities. But yeah, there is this sense, this overwhelming feeling of feeling, or an overwhelming sense of feeling trapped. This is like Ariel standing up to King Triton, right? Her dad, you know? There's empowerment here. And actually, it does feel very like kind of feminist, kind of like sticking to the man, like, especially for my ladies who are like in very traditionally feminine roles like nurses, teachers, secretaries. There's something about no, like I'm the boss. You keep like casting me aside as like the help essentially, right? And you're like no, like I earn my own money. I train Falcon bitches. Like that's what I always think of with her. It's very empowered. Some of you need to stand up against a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And with that, there might be actually some nice co-collaboration with either another Capricorn, a Pisces, or a Gemini. Or I'll say Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then, yeah, okay, you have the King of Cups twice, don't you? Where did it go? Oh no, you have the Knight of Cups. I actually like that even better. So that mystery or that, hopeless romantic vibe, you're dreaming of being part of another world, part of another company, in a new job. When you decide to actually go for it, manifest it, right? Create that job. It's almost like if they won't give it to you, create it elsewhere. Do it yourself. Start your own side business, right? Start advocating and promoting your own product, right? There's travel, there's victory, there's renewal, there's new beginning, there's happiness, there's joy. There's pride and confidence for your ability to stand up for what you believe is right, what you believe is true. And then there's happiness. And for some of you, it may even have to do with a romantic partner. If you're not single per se, maybe you decide to start your own business with your family, with your husband, with your wife, with your mother, with your brother. There's something about like a family bond here, or faith and spirituality for those looking to break into some sort of career that it doesn't even have to be spiritual, something that makes other people happy, something that brings other people joy. There's like a newfound understanding that it's like you're serving more of a purpose in this lifetime than just going to work to punch the clock, whatever, and take home a paycheck. It's opening up to the idea like there's so much more out there for you, Capricorn. You've just kind of been stuck in a rut, in a plateau. It's time to like expand your horizons a little bit. All right, let's pull some of these. Some of you need to socialize more, go out and mingle and network. Find people who have similar common interests, mutual interests, hang out with them, because it might be a good networking opportunity, but it's also going to be good for your soul to find some sort of enjoyment, because a lot of you are feeling really lonely and isolated in your job. That actually may be a lot to do with this complacency, because I am sensing the money is not bad. You're at a job where you're getting paid something. It may not be what you want to be getting paid, but it's not terrible. Like I'm not sensing a lot of lack here. It actually feels quite lonely. That's a huge part of this. Do you not have like the work buddy? Do you not have like a work bestie, something like that? Or some of you have been promised a higher salary in the future, but there's no sign of it coming. A lot of you are kind of like, yeah, they've been stringing you along on a promise that the money will come or you will get that new job title. And it's like you're the wounded warrior. You can't wait much longer. You're exhausted waiting for this promotion, waiting for this recognition, waiting for this salary they promised you. You're just like, I can't, I'm done. Like showing up to work in the morning, I'm just getting like, ugh, like you pull in and you're just sitting in your car there to like collect yourself, because it's like another day where you're done, you're over it. So study, reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. Books, you connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. So very much a card of writing, storytelling. The pen is going to be your friend. You had another card that just flew off my table. This says teaching. You inspire young people to learn. And then, oh, wow, a lot of you are writers. Then you got author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. Yeah, a lot of you already have drafts in the work. You've been journaling and writing and doodling at home. It's time to start like publishing that or putting it on your website or getting your words out for other people to see and read, because There's money in it. It's lucrative. It's going to bring you happiness and joy. And also, I keep wanting to say there's co-collaboration here. There's a really nice partnership. Maybe it's with your husband, or your wife, or whoever you're with, but it's abundant as fuck. It's going to be really good. Yeah, so why not go after it? I just keep getting where you're at, it's frozen. You've plateaued. The assets are frozen. They can't give you any more money. So if you're searching for that or more happiness, it seems like Spirit is kind of nudging you to look elsewhere, to look beyond the horizon, to look to the future. Again, the zoom out with the World card, not just in the moment here, but years from now. Like, what is your plan? Where are you hoping to be? What are you hoping to accomplish? And again, use your own guidance and judgment and intuition, but this feels like a tapped resource. It feels like it's time to go. There's not a lot keeping you here, right, Capricorn? Anyway, that's what I got for you. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if any of this resonates for you, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.